rising storm. I'm forged in the fire, a new heart reborn. With every breath, with every stride, God, I'm your warrior, with you as my guide. Through the valleys of shadow, through the rising storm, I'm forged in the fire, a new heart reborn.
Hello, my name is Randy Hood. As many of you know, I represent victims of child sexual abuse in South Carolina and other states in the United States. This morning I filed a case on behalf of a Jane Doe against John Paul Miller, Reginald Wayne Miller, Cathedral Church, and Solid Rock Ministries in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. John Paul Miller is also known as the former husband of Mica Miller. In my case, Jane Doe alleged that in 1998, John Paul Miller sexually assaulted her at Cathedral Church while it was being run by his father, Reginald Wayne Miller. She also alleges that in 2023, he sexually assaulted her again. This case involves complex issues involving repressed memory and not understanding what happened to you until much later. Stay tuned.
In addition to that, sorry, I know you're hearing the TV in the background as I'm getting kids off to school in the van. So with Regina Ward, how do I put this? Like, I know very in depth the connections that she has and the relationships that she has and how she's able to remain corrupt. And one of the reasons I didn't report her is because I knew it would go nowhere. Because her and Sarah's best friend, who they're extremely very close with, is Hayes Stanton, and he serves on the review board of the bar. And so I know that Sarah had been turned in by some clients for some things, and that went nowhere because Hayes Stanton gave her a telephone call telling her about it, and, you know, just things that you're not supposed to do when you're serving on the bar. And so with Regina being a very close friend of his, that's kind of how that's going to be handled. Now, yes, he's not the only member of the review board, but he does have some influence. So the first day, I guess maybe Sarah told her that John Paul had came to the office. And the first day, she just comes running up to me basically and comes into the office, and she's like sitting down with Sarah, and she's like all excited about like wanting to get me on her side, I guess is the best way to put it. And she was asking for like pictures of him, any phone calls I had with him. She wanted the records of the phone call that he made to the office, like just trying to get me to like dig up whatever I could on him, anything that iPhone Guru would have sent me. And she kept like saying that it was for the purpose of giving it to the FBI. And I'm like, well, if they need this stuff or they're asking for this stuff, I would never like not comply with, you know, an officer asking me questions. But I feel like they would be asking me themselves. And she got very offended and was like, I know all 5 agents and they talk to me and they trust me. And I look at every piece of information and I filter through what they should see. And I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to work. Like, you should be like, the federal agents will ask their own questions and get their own information, and they'll filter out what they think is relevant or not relevant. You know, like, not you. And that just raised a red flag to me because I had been in the field for 17 years, and I just know that's just not how this sort of thing works. And then, Sarah had mentioned that it wasn't the first time that he had been in the building because he, goes and sees Tom Winslow's office or whatever. Oh, my daughter's coming out. Let me finish this part. So I'm going to pause at him coming to Tom Winslow's office part, and then I'll finish.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know your thoughts. And if today's your birthday, happy birthday!